All right, Topwater Tony, back at it again on a cold Saturday morning. We're going to do our first shop stop of the day, and let's go ahead and check them out. Decided to get the cube out today, stretch its legs a little bit. It's been a little while.
Where's here?
There he is. Are you cutting meat back there?
Yeah. Butcher shop over here versus normal things. Come on back.
Oh, as I...
Don't fall. Yeah, I know.
He's got some traps set for me. I gotta watch out for the landmines.
They're probably frozen.
There's one.
That's cutting the blocks for the drag blocks for the S10.
Those are cool. Log. Uh-oh. Tiger.
I think my compressor's about to die.
And here's Slamka Motorsports.
Yay.
Hey, it is warm in here.
It's warmer. It's not hot yet, but it's getting there. The warmest part's over there in the corner. That's me. Radio, but we're not going to play that. Oh, we are!
Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Cool helmet.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go through this real quick before I use my compressor.
All right.
So always a bit. You at home for 2 hours.
He-Man.
Bear with me, I'll cut one more.
And action.
So, this poor thing's been here for a month of forevers. We ended up starting this, what was this, probably back in...
It's right after my cube.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
So it's probably been since...
About a year
late
ago.
2020, early 2021? No, 22. 21, 22. I'm thinking it's still 22. Between things getting busy, long lead time on parts, which surprised anybody who knows to buy anything like that's been a problem. But for the most part, it's done with the air ride section of it. Everything works on that side. We got to button up some wiring stuff up here at front. But I'll lower down and show you what we all did here in the fire. It's a good friend of mine, Kyle Snell's wife's truck. Him and an old Army buddy, I guess, like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, actually did the air ride on this truck. He'll admit he did it way before he knew what he was doing, and it was kind of hacked up. So him and I have been working off and on getting it straightened out, buying the right parts and doing it right for her. And it's turned out really well. It's just taking them up to Sunday. So anyway, if you look back here, it's got Thorbeck's three-link kit, easy for you to say. And then all their parts for the upper mounts, lower mounts, all that kind of stuff, shock stuff. This is nothing special for an S10. This is pretty much how almost all of them are built, off-the-shelf parts. Cross-member part of that section brings the gas tank up so it doesn't rub, whatever. Large, I think it's a 7-gallon aluminum tank. All airless stuff to the side, so it makes it nice and simple and controlled. I fat the bracket up and stuff for him, so if he ever needs to pull the bed, it actually comes with it, but just a couple bolts, you can actually take this whole thing and unplug it and pull it out should he need to. So he shouldn't need to. Kind of love it when we try to do it with the start. End up finding out we either hacked or some wire back here somehow. Got it all connected up. It worked. It fired up. Then it ran like crap. Anybody ever got an S10 that sits for a long time, and you think you've got a compression problem, or you got a compression problem, and you think it's blown head gasket, whatnot? Pull valve cover, check your push rods. Looks like the rocker arms freeze up. Had 2 bent push rods in that motor, and 1 bad fuel injector. And since then, it's ran like a top. It sounds really, really good. No problems there. But yeah, did this. I put wheel tubs in. We haven't built a cover for him yet. This is wrapper liner that you get from Amazon. It sprayed really, really well. I think it laid down awesome as far as that goes. But yeah, it's turned out really, really well considering the cost. And then shave the tailgate and stuff, which you're in the way of right now. But shaved it. It needs a little bit more love in order to be perfectly smooth. But he's going to work on getting some paint here in the nearer future. And then he bought another roll pan for it. So the back end's like every other S10 that gets the air right on. Not really nothing too much to show, but they are powder coated control arms from Michigan Metalworks, I think is what he bought. Don't hold me to that. And yeah, so we just got to button up some connection wiring so it actually comes on with the key. We troubleshot it by just putting it in the fuse block and getting it turned off and on like it's supposed to when we had a relay not coming on, so one compressor wasn't working for a short period of time, so he bought another full harness from Airlit product, put it in. It's working 100% like it should. So we just got to button it up when I find time. When I say find time, it's because we're going to be working on this. Oh, those are my front bags for the my S10 that are old. So part of doing this job, whatever else, we traded some labor and parts and whatnot. So, and then this truck's getting drag blocks, which is the grinding video you'll see or did see. Making brackets for it welding into the frame so we can get that adjustability in. Now, for this guy. What year did I say this thing was?
I forgot.
I think it's a 76 Ford Courier. It doesn't really matter too much on the specifics.
It's old.
It's a little baby truck from back in the 70s.
Reminds me of a love truck.
I think it's the same idea, if you want to call it that. So, I think this is when Ford and Mazda, because they've always been kind of, I won't say the cahoots, but, you know, been together on different parts of equipment. So I think this is imported under the Ford name, but it's probably a Mazda. The Chevy Love, I think, was the same thing, but it was in a Isuzu. You get the same deal. So I don't know if this is flash or not. It is. I don't know. Under the hood's nothing. So let's talk about what's not here. Motor, drivetrain, all that kind of stuff's getting yanked. His plan is to Honda H swap it, adapter plate it to an RX-8 6-speed trans, and then run it through the factory. I think it's a factory rear diff, but it's a 4 and 8-inch. It don't weigh nothing. It's never going to hook tires. He just wants to make it sound cool, make pop noises. It'll be turboed as well. What it's here for me, well, we may do some of that here as well since I've got the garage space. But what it's here for me is this is actually going to get body drop to the doors. Cross your fingers. I've really never done one before, but I think fabrication-wise it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And then we've got to do some little bit of work to the suspension. It doesn't quite lay out up front yet. It doesn't look like. So we may have to cut the control arms. Nobody really makes any of this stuff for it, so it's going to take a bit of effort to see how things work and what doesn't. And then the back half, we're going to probably change. He bought adjustable bars, but you got to take them apart and do everything. So we're probably going to fabricate our own length bars with Heim joints and do double threaded in, so we can actually just quickly do alignment or geometry changes on it. Crow went by. But for the most part, back here is going to get cleaned up a little bit differently. We still got to add shocks, figure out where all that's at. But yeah, so pretty much waiting on parts and time. He needs to bring the bed over. We're going to make sure wheelbase and stuff's good before we start cutting things up. I'll chalk line the floor and stuff to make sure where things are at. And then wing it. That's pretty much what's going to happen. So he's got a list of parts already. We'll have to get those ordered. Hopefully we don't have to wait on stuff because that will slow things down. But this is going to be a weekend warrior project and try to knock it out. He's not worried about it this year at all. He's got another Isuzu truck and whatever else that he's going to do. Another body drop truck needs to get running right. But yeah, well, it's pretty much going to be Saturday hit it for 5, 6, 8 hours and possibly a Sunday here or there. And See if we can do knock it out.
Bada bing, bada boom.
But say from there, if you can see it, it should lay about, I don't know if you can see my hand, so
Let me get over there.
this will be roughly about here will be the bottom of the body laying on the ground when it's done. So you can see if you draw a line here, we're going to be body dropping it roughly about 3.5 inches. He's a little bit of a shorter guy, so we're doing a traditional, which means we're actually going to, we'll actually cut the entire floor out of this truck, and then hopefully lay the frame on the ground.
Give me a hopefully again.
Hopefully. Lay the frame on the ground, cut the body out, lay the body on the ground, and then tube the floor of the body in order to recreate that and reattach it to the frame. And then he wants the trans tunnel area to kind of work as an armrest. So we're going to try to incorporate all of that. He wants a little bit of audio too, so we're going to try to figure out, okay, so we need to buy all this stuff up front so we know where everything's going to live and how we can make it work. I mean, he wants a raised bed floor in the back, so we'll have to cut everything out of the back, raise it up, build standoffs, all that, put it all back together, and then kind of probably hide everything in the back, all the tanks and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to try to build to where he's got doors and stuff to access things, so if it's laying on the side of the road, it won't air up or something, you can get to the equipment without having to tear the whole thing apart. So
Right.
it's going to be an adventure, to say the least. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It'll be pretty cool.
That'll keep it busy this winter.
Yeah. Well, this summer probably.
Yeah.
It's going to go way past this winter.
Yeah, winter's just about over. Another couple weeks, few weeks.
Oh, that's good. Cool.
Hey, check that out.
Yeah. It's got the old like Corvette style, if you want to call it that.
Is that factory?
Yeah. So I am. Which is cool. I guess if you want to customize this so you make it flip the other way, which would be weird, right?
Yeah, or sideways.
Yeah. I think this is super cool. It's a shame there's a cutout already. So I honestly don't know enough about the 8 Series trucks on which side the exhaust and stuff is on. So if and when we can put the turbo like sticking out of the hood kind of thing and incorporate a hole that's already there, cool. Exhaust is going to come out the hood and all that stuff, so we don't have to worry about any of that coming out the bottom of the truck. So it's going to make the part of the body drop stuff fairly easy. All these fender wells, all that's got to get cut out. I mean, battery located, probably a different radiator. This is probably not going to use any of this up here. Wipers or nothing, probably.
It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, I'm going to try to talk him into buying like a Willwood brake setup. I think you can buy one of the 3-pedal deals that has the brake, gas, and clutch all in one type of deal. It'll be much easier to do that, I think, in that location up underneath there. And if he's got the budget for it, we'll see.
I spy with my little eye something purty.
The one shiny thing on the fork truck.
Put some rust wrap on it.
So yeah, so you want to hear something really crazy about this truck? So this is, like I said, another friend of ours shop. We're over there and we're trying to put it back together. And I'm over here on this side of the truck putting the wheels and stuff back on, right? Lug nut's sitting right there, no big deal. So I throw the tire up on there and I start screwing it, and the bolt will not go on. I'm like, this has got to be it. There's 5, at this point there was 5 lug nuts, the one with a broken stud, which that didn't make sense to me at first. And I'm trying, and I don't know what made me do it. I went the other direction. The left side of this vehicle is left-handed threads. The right side of the vehicle is right-handed threads.
That's dumb.
It's so stupid. Some engineer somewhere was like, they can vibrate off the other direction. So I was like, that's got to go if we can do that. That's the weirdest thing ever. Because if he puts custom wheels on this thing and tries to get custom lug nuts, he's got to find 12 of them that are backwards thread, which is, I was like, really? So anyway, I thought that was a weird little thing for this. So if you ever work on an old, what did I say this was? Courier. You can't get the wheels off, which is what I think they did over here on one accident, is try to impact them off and broke the stud and realized it went the wrong way.
Whoops.
Yeah, so live and learn, I guess. So. But yeah, so it'll be here for a hot minute. He's going to leave the patina. I think he's going to leave everything the kind of look that it is now, which you can't say rust free because obviously it's got rust on it.
It's all rust.
But it's all surface. There's nothing in there. It's too crazy. So I think the plan is to kind of scuff it so it's not too bad, and then go back with like a satin clear in order to keep all of it what it is and keep the outside looking cool. I don't know what wheel he's going with. I don't know if we're going to convert it to 6 lug to something else. I don't know. That's all yet to come, if nothing else. But won't get the bed probably till tomorrow, so there's probably not too much I can do with it today unless I look at the front suspension. So I'm focusing on, the other S10 to get drag block brackets made. So if you want to see what I'm going to try to do here, don't get all this terrible.
Too late.
So this guy, I'm going to weld on the frame on the upper section, so pretend frame rail's coming up here like this. I need that droop down in order to get past the rear diff, or the rear end of the truck. So my plan is to bolt it here, right? And then as this block wears, he'll be able to move this down.
Nice.
So one thing I'll probably do is proud it to one side and then try to fill this area here with another piece of steel. I think I got some 1-inch bar or something like that that'll work good. We can kind of encapsulate it, keep allowing it from tilting. And then these have a terrible time with wanting to do this on them anyway. So if I capture it, it should be pretty good. But then they also want to slide up because it's just a bolt. So I may put 1-inch squares tube here and run a jack bolt on it. So you can loosen him up, run it down to force it, tighten it back up again, and jack bolt it. So now it's being forced where it's at, so we can get good distance on it. And use the full block without it being all stupid. Got all this steel, actually, pretty good deal from American Metal Supermarkets over in Tri-County. I bought these 2 pieces, another piece down there on the floor, some flat plate, and a 1-inch solid bar. Yeah, don't make a mess. $64. So would have cost almost, she said, 130 something if I'd have had it cut. So of course it don't come out of my pocket really anyway. It's customer parts. So. But that's what I'm going to work on today. Get that done, and then I got to take some cardboard and stuff and build the cover. And then get some stainless or aluminum. Not sure which one we're going to do yet. Aluminum's probably easy for me to bend. If not, I got to come up with the angles and stuff and probably have a shop bend it. I don't have a brake or anything like that to bend that with. So.
Not yet.
Even if I have one, where am I going to put it? See everything else I got in here. So he'll probably contest this. It's probably the cleanest it's been, even though it's still a mess. It's the most we've had to walk around in for sure.
Yep.
My poor Camaro is having to sacrifice himself outside of the moment. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. More to come, obviously. I'm going to end up, if he's not here, I'm going to end up recording some stuff for him, forwarding on to you guys, and hopefully be able to see the thing. Should be pretty cool build when it's all said and done. He's excited. I'm excited about it, to be honest with you. So it should be something pretty neat and different, you know.
I like it already.
Right? I mean, not a whole lot of you see like that, and if we do go through with all the engine swap and the body drop goes well, which it can't not. I'm the type of person, if I can do it 400 times, I'm going to do it 400 times over it's right. So I think we can turn out pretty good. I've got some people I can reach out to, a buddy of mine that did it way back in the day. He's an engineer as well, so you know who you are. So if you have, worst case, I can always reach out and ask some questions with him too and get suggestions. And like I said, he ain't built a truck in forever too, so he might be interested to pop over and help out here and there too. So
Yep.
be a fun thing. He hasn't named or anything yet, so I can't tell you that if he's even going to. I don't know. But more to come, to say the least.
Awesome.
I gotta get a drink.
I guess that's it.
Well, yeah, I said at this point,
Unless we think of anything else.
outside of watching a little bit here, we do on the fabrication on the drop bars, or the drag bars, blocks. Jeez.
Take 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. We're just running live, like we're doing. But yeah, I'm gonna fab it up and weld it on. So worst case, we might record that. I got to cut him my compressor buddy of mine gave me the compressors, so I can't argue or complain too much about it, but I think the compressor side is seized, so it's angry. So I have to free cut that little bit there, but that shouldn't take me but a couple minutes.
Hacksaw.
And then we got the 2 pieces to weld up, but I got to drill and fabricate the hardware and stuff too. So not impossible, just take a minute.
So I got a question.
Sure.
The drag block, is that the size they come, or did you cut that? Because
That is the
looks
size
really
it
smooth.
comes. I don't have anything that would cut it that pretty.
Whew.
You can actually see.
I was gonna say it.
Yeah, it's.
That's almost polished.
Yeah.
Well, it
So
is.
these are-
It is kind of.
Yeah, these are. These come from. Oh crap! Something chop shop. I don't remember the name. Later episode, maybe.
Yeah.
Or it'll come to me as we're talking.
If you know, put it in the comments.
Everybody will know. Be like, yeah, it's this guy. So I think you buy the kit for like $129, and it comes with the brackets, whatnot, and then you can buy replacement blocks for like 60 something or something. Don't hold me to that. That's 2 years ago pricing.
Yeah.
Stuff. But they're titanium alloy, meaning they're not solid titanium because it would cost you a freaking fortune. But because they've got some of that in there, and I'm assuming some stainless and whatnot, it's pretty dense metal. You can feel it. It's got some weight to him. But because of that, it throws white versus red, or iron will throw red.
It looks so pretty at night.
Yeah, so the white really throws. I got an old video of mine where I had iron ones. I put square tube on it and just made things work. And
I like when the sparks just basically cover the street.
yeah,
spread out wide.
Definitely do that. I'll let everybody on a little secret on mine. Here, I'll open this up real quick. So this is a plan on mine eventually. So I'm going to try, I think it's this one here.
Uh-oh.
So, because the mini truck's already got onboard air with it, so you got an opportunity to do everything schematically. So what I'm going to try to do is create a pivot point, use probably some DOM tubing or something. I'm not 100% sure on the part I'm going to make here, but pretend he's on the back end of this truck, right? And you've got another bars coming off the back of him, and then this is connected to that on this mechanism this direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just imagination, please. So my plan is to have him extend out, drive that into the ground at any ride height that I want. So instead of having the guys going down a truck, when they have to lift the back end up, which is what we're going to do here on his, so you come back and drag and you've got that weird position. I want to be able to go down a road, somebody will up to being like, nice truck. I'm like, thanks. Push a button, throw sparks all over the road. Push another button, lift it back up. So this is a dual action cylinder.
Perfect.
We can lift and lower. So it would just be driving the ground, throw some sparks for a minute, lift it back up again, and it's out of the way. That's the idea on that. And then my tonneau cover, kind of the same deal. I'm going to try to put these in the front hinge. So again, pretend this is my truck. It's an S10. Difference.
Oh.
Trying to mount these in here. So catch I got a snug top, so it'll, normally just pivots this direction. I'm gonna have it here like this, so I can lift the little stiff still.
Snug top.
Not a snug top. What is that?
I was gonna say you don't have a snug top.
It's not. It's the
It's a
flush mount tonneau cover, hard metal, blah blah blah. I forget the name of it, so forgive if you know the name of that too. Go ahead and put it in the comments. But this will lift the front of it up, and then replacing the traditional struts with a longer rod, so he'll live like this. I don't think I can do the traditional like this because you got to lift it and this supports it. I think I have to do something more along the lines of like this. So it's going to have to be pretty tight and be more direct. So I don't know how much lift I'm going to get out of the bed, but the idea is to put the bed cover on pneumatics as well. At least try something different.
And he said tight.
Huh?
He said tight.
It's not tight. But that's what I'm going to try to do to mine 2025 with the way things are going right now with everything else I'm building. So.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully I'll still be around.
Yeah, you'll be there. Oh. But yeah, that's what's on the docket for today. I was using a laser level to create the frame, so I knew how far I need to come off the frame to make this length. So
Cool.
measure twice, cut once type deals, right?
Yep. This is the professor's
2 cents.
first look at the door jambs of the cube.
He does a hell of a job, don't he?
Oh yeah.
Now, how much did he take apart? I guess I didn't pay that close of attention on everything, but
I think everything
door
could
panel
take
came
apart.
off
Yeah.
again. I mean, striker bolts, all that kind of stuff.
Um.
I mean, these
Yeah.
guys here, you'd have to take him off, right?
Yep.
Which it bolts from the outside. It's not bad. Take that off. It's not bad.
All the rubber.
Yeah, that stuff comes off pretty easily. Yeah, I don't have that kind of.
That's like
I,
the third time you said. Whew.
well, I mean, where mine was wrapped and we did it, I've been told by a lot of guys that the vinyl we were using was very difficult to use.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm almost wondering if I didn't buy, I'll say whatever brand he's using, I don't know what it is. Maybe it lays easier? So, I don't know.
I should.
I mean, because you
I should know the brand, but I can't think of it.
This whole curve here to do all of that stretching is crazy.
And to keep the pattern.
Yeah, I mean,
consistent.
Yeah, I mean, what you just basically draw this part of it out and do it that way, but get it close anyway. I mean, it's not exact, but unless you're going up there and really eyeballing it, you don't know different anyway. And then what the other side's
the colorful side. This is my first time driving it second time driving it since I picked it up.
This pattern's a little more
involved,
different than the outside.
I was kind of thinking of it like if you're wearing a suit, sometimes the lining is like totally different.
Yeah. So when you wall in the back and putting subs and stuff in it?
Never.
Oh, boo.
We'll leave the sound system stuff to you.
Well, no, you can still have nice sound. You don't have to go crazy. I still like to see it have a good SQ system, if nothing else. Would be really nice. It wouldn't be hard to do. Keep the factory location, put some nicer mids and highs in it, and do a single good quality 10 or something back here to give you some bump. Sound good. You got an SUV, man. You get freebies. I don't have that kind of room. You even did your gas door. Ha!
Boom.
I was hoping he did all the way into here.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
You got water in there, man. Clean that shit up.
I picked it up. It was raining.
Was it?
Yep.
Click.
And of course, all this back here.
And you halved it same way. That's cool. I'm the type of person I like attention to detail. That strip right there makes me happy. You know what I mean? It's just true though. I mean, he could have went either direction with that and done another pattern, but that would be the right pattern to have in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that little strip extra should be there. Looks good.
Let's see what we got here. Here's
I can't give you a demo.
is Matt's work from I guess here lately.
Yeah, this was a Rush Cavalcade maintenance / improvement build. There's an Easter egg if you can find it. And there's also something that I screwed up that I'll fix. And I'll tell you both of them, but I'll give you a second to look.
Well, the battery's not hooked up.
Oh, it is.
In the front? It is. Right there.
Yes, I did that to clean. did have to clean that up, so there's no upper mounts.
Oh.
And then faced them that way too, so this part looks super clean.
Mm-hmm. Very nice, very nice. I don't know what it is.
Oh, you're right on it. The camera's right on it.
Ah, covers upside down.
Yeah, so Kicker sells those amplifiers so you can orient them either direction.
Uh-huh.
And
you were drinking.
It's adhesive. So they tape it to the amplifier where it's supposed to be, and then you stick it where, you know, how you want it on the amplifier based on the orientation. But since I went ahead and installed it for the first time, we got through it, and I was like, I'm just going to leave it, because that was the amplifier I added for this install. So I was like, I'm just going to leave it and see if people notice or not. So, I actually only had like 2 people actually catch it without me like really leading you into it. The second one, which I screwed up, which is a lot less obvious. I have an eye for it, and it pisses me off. But if you look at the amplifiers, they're very level to themselves, right? So they look like they're in a perfect line.
Yeah.
Look at the farthest amplifier to the top of the box to the other farthest amplifier to the top of the box. So the amplifiers are like this.
Going downhill.
The reason that happened, I had it on jack stands, and I used a level, and apparently the truck was not quite level. And so I stalled that amp level, not thinking about making sure that it was square to the box. I just went level to level, and then protruded that line. I can see it here now, but I didn't notice it enough. But that whole line, it grew up quite a bit.
Yeah.
So what I'll end up doing, which I think I've got enough room to do, is I'm going to square him up and then bring everything up level, and you'll never see any of the holes or any of that kind of stuff. So.
Too loud.
Huh? I can hear.
I believe that's a little bit too much.
There's no such thing.
You want my cube to sound like that? No.
No. More like around my Jeep.
When I was younger, yeah, I would love that. But now, where I'm older, I just want a little bass. I don't need that much.
Comfortable level.
Yeah. Hell no, that rattles your vision.
Well, the sad thing is,
You can't tell me you drive down the road and it don't fucking vibrate your vision.
So let me do this real quick.
Oh my god.
What? So I'm gonna get back here and continue to work. I guess he's bailing on me.
That's right. I'm done. My feet are cold.
Aww.
I got a sniffly nose.
Aww. All things considered, it's February and it's not 14 inches of snow and 20 below zero. So
that's right.
It could be far worse, right?
So it's good they're out in any kind of capacity.
Anyway, I guess I'll see you next time. I can look at you this time. And say,
hello.
And like I said, I'll try to video some more of what we're doing, and get it to you as we get it done and see what ends up happening.
There we go.
Like he says, peace.
Everybody stay tuned.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe.
There you go.